Today we are talking about building community because we had our own little community meetup last week in person with real people, got to hug, and it was cool. A lot of the people there had their vaccine, so they felt all safe. I'm not even going to get into the vaccine today because you know where I stand on that. But anyway, we had some fun. We hugged. We did, I think we're still, knock on wood, still doing pretty good. But we had a great community meeting, and we talked. Whitney spoke. She was our guest speaker. We talked about all things marketing. So what it brought up to me was the thought of community, and that's what we're going to talk about today. It's really interesting to me, the people that we had here. This was intentionally a small group. It's a community, our renewed community that we're building across the country. So we decided to do a cool little meetup in Atlanta. We're going to do it again next month. But what was neat to me is like all the people that were there, they brought friends. We just had fun, and everybody that was there, they're all business owners. They all were super supportive of each other.
100%.
And so it started a discussion afterwards because we posted, and some of the people there posted still posting about it. I know, I love it. But what it was interesting, and people were like, one of my friends was like, I love the fact all your friends and like your clients, y'all all support each other. Everybody's talking and saying, this was great, and y'all love on each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what started this discussion. I think my group of friends, my group of clients, I'm extremely intentional about who I hang out with. Look at this. All right, see, I told you it would work. All right, so we have, thank you guys for joining.
Because you have a community of supporters.
A community of supporters. So here's where the discussion went. There, with women, let's talk about women first. I have a great group of clients and friends that are super supportive. Anytime I post something or try something, they're like, oh my gosh, this is great, and blah, blah, blah. I love that, right? And I think for women, there are two categories of women. There are the women who I choose to be around, people like you're the same way, that we support each other, we're cheering each other on, we're there to build community. And then there are the women that are going to hate on other women. Those are not my people. If y'all are listening, just tune out because y'all not my person. And you're not listening.
Keep scrolling.
You'd be thinking. But here's where the discussion went. I had this conversation with my friend Jason. Jason is in California, so he's probably still sleeping now. But we were talking about this because he's a guy. In the male community, there's not two groups. There's one group, and they don't know how to support each other. So because he was getting some crap for posting some pictures. He'd posted some workout pictures. Now I was giving him crap too, but I'm his friend. But he had posted some workout pictures, and what I was noticing, all the girls were being, now he's a good looking dude, right? So all the girls were being supportive. Not one male commented or liked the post. And it was about working out. And he is just, he's in his 50s. He's working out. He's doing all this stuff. Not one person commented. And so we're talking about this. I texted him. I was like, what the heck? Like, I know he's got a good girl fan base, but he's like, guys don't support other guys. We weren't taught that way. We were taught to be competitive. So it got me thinking about the differences between men and women when it comes to building community. So I don't know. I mean, I'm curious, those of you guys listening, like what's the deal? Like women, first of all, if you're listening and you're supporting other women and you're a female, I think that's awesome. And I get support from both. I get support from guys and girls. So guys can support other girls, but they can't support guys. Does that make sense? It's a little whacked.
Well, so the first place my mind went is it because if a male comments on a male workout photo,
they're going to think they're gay.
Sir, I was going to say certain things might be assumed.
Let's just go ahead and say it. They're going to assume but that's stupid, right?
I mean, it is, but if that's reality.
I have a lot of gay friends.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I think they're supportive of each other. I don't know. Like, what is wrong with you fellas? All you guys, you manly men out there, which I love.
Yeah.
I love the manly men.
When men started wearing pink, right? And then you had those T-shirts that came out that were like, real men wear pink, or vice versa.
But here's the thing. If we're talking about building community, just friggin' support people. If you don't have anything nice to say, didn't we learn this in like elementary school? If you don't have anything nice to say, shut your mouth. Don't say it.
We have people on LinkedIn saying good morning. Wendy Wynn says good morning on LinkedIn.
Wendy, thank you for tuning in. It's always, and Wendy's always supportive too, because she'll comment on the post and watches everything. So I know she messaged yesterday and said she set her alarm. So Wendy, you got it. I'm good. All right. So, but here's my question. How can we better support people? And I'm not saying we have to agree with them. Here's my theory. You don't have to agree with it. I certainly don't agree with everybody. And I'm opinionated with my group, but know your freaking audience.
Yeah.
If you can't say something nice, don't say anything. And maybe that's what the guys were doing. They're like, oh, I can't say anything nice. They could. There were nice things they could have said. But why are people so scared to support other people? Because the more, if you're supporting others, it does not diminish you at all. That's the beauty of community. The more everybody supports everybody, we can all grow together. We can all lift each other up.
I mean, specifically in the public realm, I mean, take it to the next level anyway, right? If somebody posts an article, I like to go in and say, I like point number 3, because can you not just applaud your fellow brother that he's working out and being consistent with his lifestyle? And
with his
I think that about like Orange Theory, like all these women that come in and it's their first day. I remember my first day and I want to run up to them and hug them and go, it does get easier.
I know it doesn't. No, it does get easier, but you can be supportive to each other. That's what, the whole idea of community. And I think if we got back to that, if we got back to really loving on each other and supporting each other, and I'm not saying agree. There's some morons out there right now that I don't agree with. So I'm just not going to say anything.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be this, crazy love fest, but if somebody's doing a good job, like it.
And it doesn't have to be looking good, bro. Like, just say that's awesome that you're being consistent and really, focusing on your health and making this commitment. It can be as simple as that. Yeah.
All right. So Lisa just commented and said that it depends on the guys. That her husband's in a big men's group and they support each other. They're about community. So I agree with that. I think she said men are usually funny about compliments on looks, but they do support each other in community. I get that. I do think they're funny about complimenting each other's looks.
I mean, that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
I mean, kind of.
No. You guys, seriously.
Isaac, okay, I invite you. I don't know that I've ever... I feel like I've heard Isaac be like, those are cool socks, but I don't know that he's ever been like, looking cool, bruh.
Well,
I've never said that.
See? All right, so why? Why have you not said that?
Because it's looked down upon, which is a good point.
Well, and that's the point. That's the point Jason was trying to make when we were talking about this. And that's what I want to challenge, is because it shouldn't be looked down upon. I am not going to, if my brother looks at one of his friends and says, hey man, you look good today, I'm not going to all of a sudden think my brother is trying to hook up with his friend.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I get that. So what, okay, Isaac, so what would you say to in support of another brother? What would you say?
See, and I'll bring this example, right? So in the Spanish culture, we kiss our dad on the cheek. I haven't seen that here as a American dad and a son.
Okay.
So I think the culture has sort of, like Chris and Andre was saying, giving that weakness, like it's looked down upon, but it's okay, but it's like you're weak.
That is true. They greet and they hug and they do the
kissy. Yeah. I've noticed that too, because we the ex who shall remain nameless, who is Spanish, he did always do that, and I'm like, what the? And it did strike me. I knew it was a cultural thing, but it struck me.
Well, yeah, if you're not used to it, yes.
Yeah.